Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make a buying decision. Now, all of the business details, which include the type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included in the sale can be found on the business listing. To view this information, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which is listed in the video thumbnail and the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And if after listening you want to take an even deeper dive into the business to perform your due diligence before potentially purchasing this business, you can unlock this listing to look through all of the business information, which includes the domain, the products, the P&L, and more. So can you tell us a little about your background in building and running online businesses?
So I started the business back in late 2019, early 2020. The first product hit the market. I believe it was in 2021 or late 2020. In any case, did very well. And we just kind of went horizontal with the whole scheme of the brand in regards to the gift niche. And yeah, we just went horizontal with that concept. Last year, there was obviously a decrease in profit in the business. This was due to complacency from myself because I didn't work on the business very much. My attention was drawn to other projects that I have been working on in regards to the SaaS space, not really in the physical product space. So that was detrimental, to the profit, obviously last year, but we still made some money in the business. It'd be really good if the buyer that came into this business had a hand in advertising and was willing to take on some product development. I have a full pipeline and I'm going to take the time this year to build the business back up, assuming it is not sold. And I don't think we'll have any issues reaching $2 million in revenue by 2025 at all.
So why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
So the main motivation that I have for selling the business is to obviously focus more on the SaaS product that I am currently developing. We're working on it for about a year now, and we're just in the launch phase right now. I won't bore you with the details, but that is the reason for me selling the business and the complacency over the last year in regards to the business. Like I said in the last audio, the products that were launched last year, there was minimal effort put in, and that reflected poorly on, the profit and the business as a whole. So one thing that we're doing right now is discontinuing those products that didn't do too well and working on some product development, assuming that the business does not sell. And we have there's about 6 or 7 SKUs right now in the pipeline that we can use our supplier as well as interface other suppliers with to, get these products together.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
So from a maintenance perspective, there really isn't much work to do in regards to the business. Amazon, PPC, that's monitored probably once a week by myself and my assistant. We just kind of go in and check out a couple things in regards to, just general KPIs. And we use keyword harvesting. We use just like, Helium 10 and stuff like that. Valentine's Day, Christmas, these are the biggest times of the year. So this is when we kind of double down in the business. But, on a day-to-day and week-to-week basis, probably weekly, maybe 2 or 3 hours a week on this business, maybe 4. Peak times, probably 10. Depends on what we are doing outside of the Amazon ecosystem because Amazon is mainly our driver in revenue. Etsy, Walmart, pretty much automated. I've never ran Facebook ads, any of that kind of stuff, Instagram for the business. So there's a big opportunity to be had there. However, the website is built out and, we do get orders on the website from time to time.
Now, if you were to keep the business, what are some ways you would try to grow it?
So right now I'm operating the business with the assumption that it's not going to sell. So I'm already working on new products in the business right now. So we're in the development stage right now with 2 new ASINs. I expect we're going to get a RFQ off for some samples now by the end of this week for one of the products. And I think it's going to do really well because I spent about 3 weeks in the development of it. And there's nothing like it on the market right now. We went through the proper, market validation steps in regards to getting surveys from different customers and stuff like that to validate the concept. And this is just stuff that I was complacent with last year, right? I didn't jump through the necessary hoops, didn't focus much on product development. Yeah, that's what we're going to do in regards to growing it. Like I said in the previous audios, we've already cut out the ASINs that are not profitable, and we're doubling down on the ASINs that are. And we're also going bullish on product development this year. So I want to get 6 to 10 SKUs live this year in the brand. I think 10 is a little ambitious. 6 would make a little bit more sense because I'm trying to launch them in sets of two every maybe 3 months. And yeah, so that's essentially how we're going to grow it on Amazon. I like growing things on Amazon. Outside of Amazon, I'm not really used to or familiar with it. But that's how we're going to grow things natively on Amazon's platform.
And what are the biggest risks with this business that a buyer should be aware of?
I guess the biggest risks the buyer should be aware of, it is Amazon is the main driver of revenue. In that regard, you are always at the mercy of Amazon. Your account is always going to be at risk in some shape or form. In regards to the actual business and the products that we sell, one risk that you run is going to be competition. Obviously, competition is fierce. Competition is good. It means that you have good products, right? That is one reason for the dip in revenue this year is because there has been competitors that have copied some of my product concepts in the past. However, we do have copyrights, trademarks to these product concepts. They can only go so far. However, that is just a bit of motivation to stay on top of it and not get complacent in the business and bring products to the market that people need and want. Because at the end of the day, we do not need to compete with these Chinese competitors. We just need to be a little bit more creative with them. And that is one of the biggest things of this business that helped it grow initially was the creative aspect that myself and my assistant brought to this business. So when I hand the keys over to another buyer or whatever the case may be, I will have a product pipeline built out for that person. Right now there's 10 SKUs in it. So that's about 3 years worth of launching. I mean, depending on how fast you go, probably 2 or 3 years.
And how much support are you willing to offer a buyer who acquires this business?
I'm essentially willing to give all the support that is really needed. I am busy throughout the day, so we would have to block out some times, but obviously I'm always available on WhatsApp or whatever the case may be to kind of point the buyer in the right direction whenever they see fit or they need, and I'm more than happy to do so.
And regarding the sale of this business, just confirming you commit to a non-compete?
Yes, I will commit to a non-compete. That is not an issue.
And are you open to negotiating something like an earnout?
No, I am not. I would need full payment for the business. I'm not interested in an earnout payment structure. I am willing to sell the business, but if I cannot get what I am wanting for it, I'm just going to do what I'm doing right now, and that's building it back up. So when this business is handed off to whoever buys it, you're going to have a pretty bulletproof product pipeline behind you.
Now, putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
There's a lot of low-hanging fruit that I have in the business that I have been complacent with over the last year and a half. And my complacency is where somebody else can kind of come in and pick up that slack and actually grow this substantially. By trade, I kind of focus on software. Like I said, we're developing a SaaS product right now. And I have been, kind of eyes and ears into that. And we've developed one in the past, and that has been doing good from a MRR point of view as well. The biggest issue with the business little bit has been me, right? Like I haven't been there to actually grow it the way that it should be growing. So I really do think it's worth buying because you see the potential of this business in 2022. I think we did around 30,000 USD in profit just in this business. So there's a ton of potential there. And that was only across like 4 or 5 ASINs, right? So if we were able to build this catalog out to 15, 20 ASINs that are very well thought out and very well put together, there's no reason that this can't get up to $5 to $7 million a year business model. So that's what I would do if I were to take over the business. Obviously, there's a whole aspect of Shopify, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all those kind of advertising platforms. My social media is pretty much non-existent in the business. So that's a whole ton of low-hanging fruit there and a whole bunch of revenue that could be gone and grabbed there as well. All the fulfillment for Shopify will probably be done through Amazon via multi-channel fulfillment, and that's not an issue at all. Whoever's interested in this business, I can't wait to talk to you about it. I think it has a ton of potential. Like I said, I am not by any means eager to sell it, but for the right offer, I obviously will, because I am committing some time this year to really focus on growing it and developing products that are really going to bring this business to the next level.
All right, everyone, thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which is listed in the video thumbnail and the description. And if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. And once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So thanks for joining us, and until next time.